Good morning, and thanks for joining us as we go over our phased safety guide for worship at Wellspring. Please notice that this document is subject to change. You can find the latest version linked on the front page of our website at wellumc.org. While this chart has a lot of information, the truth is that many of our guidelines will be the same for the yellow, orange, and red Williamson County COVID-19 phases. So let's start by looking at what will be the same regardless of which of these three phases we find ourselves, be it yellow, orange, or red. Starting with vaccination. We aren't checking vaccination cards or turning away people at the door based on vaccination status. That just wouldn't be Wellspring. But although all are welcome to worship with us, we will be requiring fully vaccinated status for those who wish to participate in hands-on, in-person leadership, such as ushers, greeters, singers, and liturgists. This is for everyone's safety. For yellow phase and up, communion will be individually packaged and offered in a small paper bag. Offering plates will be located at the entrances of the sanctuary, where you'll offer your gifts on the way out of worship. We'll have limited capacity in the sanctuary with the chairs spaced so that households can remain 6 feet apart from one another. Our munch and mingle will be a little light on the munching. No food or drink offered indoors for phases yellow and up. We just found it was hard to eat through the mask. And the last row, direct contact, applies to all phases including green. It's part of our new normal. We need to start being mindful that there may be some people who feel uncomfortable with physical contact going forward. Find polite and creative ways to ask permission before initiating contact. I'm ready for a hug when you are. How about a friendly bow instead? No problem. We do intend to take extra precautions during the orange and red phases as compared to yellow. Here's how that will work for now. Starting with masks. During the red and orange phases, masks will be required for all people ages 2 and up in the building for any event open to the public, and that includes worship. We're masking up to make sure we do no harm. We're masking up to stop the spread. For us, this is an act of love, and it's part of what allows us to welcome all to worship while keeping safety a priority. During the yellow phase, we're going to allow small groups to decide when they're ready to go masks optional, but you'll still need a mask up when outside the classroom. Now, music and worship. During the red phase, we're going to limit the amount of singing performance, maybe something along the lines of one solo or duet toward the end of worship. And worship will be shorter, which reduces the risk of spread. It also reduces the risk of people falling asleep in church, which honestly just hurts our feelings. Sadly, we won't be doing congregational singing during the red phase. During the orange phase, we'll be able to hear more singing from larger ensembles and stay in worship a little longer, but still no congregational singing. During the yellow phase, we'll have larger ensemble singing, even a few hymns or praise songs with congregational singing. So dust off those pipes. Now let's get to the fun part, the green phase. And though it may seem far away, we firmly believe we are going to defeat this virus and get to the green at some point, though not as soon as we'd like. We'll still ask unvaccinated folks to mask up because that's what's recommended for safety. But we'll have the option for vaccinated members to lose the mask and show off your lovely faces. We can't wait to see those COVID beards. We'll have full worship services with singing encouraged, and members unable to be vaccinated will be able to serve as ushers again. We'll go back to communion by intinction, but we're going to keep an option for individually packaged elements, along with the gluten-free station we've always done. We'll pass the plates again and go back to full seating. The munch and mingle will be full of munching and mingling, just the way God intended. But remember, we're still going to be mindful and respectful of physical boundaries. The days of holding hands for the last song may be behind us, but I know a few people, including myself, that will be ready to make up for lost hugs. This guide may change as the world changes and as recommendations based on the data change. But the updated chart will be right there on the front page of the website when you need it, so you'll know what to expect coming into worship. And also keep in mind that the live stream isn't going anywhere. Well, let me rephrase. It's going from 9:30 a.m. to 9 o'clock. The live stream will be there for you when you're out of town, when you're sick, or when you can't attend worship for some other reason, like spilling mustard on your last clean church outfit. So if you're uncomfortable or anxious about in-person worship, know that your presence in worship is equally welcomed online as it is in person. Thank you for taking the time to go over our guidelines and for your cooperation in following them. We may not agree with all these rules, and that's okay. What's important is that we agree that God is calling us to come together to worship and grow in our discipleship, to share a living relationship with Jesus Christ. Thank you for being the church, and we hope to see you soon.